Sam was no stranger to death. Working as a mortician in a quiet funeral home, she found meaning in helping families say goodbye to their loved ones. Day after day, she carefully prepared bodies for their final rest, handling each one with care and respect. But despite her connection to her work, Sam's personal life was far from peaceful. Her relationship with Jesse, her boyfriend, was strained. Jesse never truly understood Sam's work. Their conversations about it were always awkward. He could never see the importance of what she did, the solemn responsibility that brought her some strange sense of peace. Their relationship suffered because of this distance. Every argument, every misunderstanding seemed to push them further apart. Things changed when Charlie entered her life. He was the new worker at the funeral home, someone who, like Sam, seemed to have a fascination with death. Charlie was different. He understood Sam in a way Jesse never could. They began talking about their shared experiences, their thoughts on death, on life, and as the days went by, Sam started to feel a connection with Charlie. She wondered, should she be with him instead? One ordinary day at the funeral home, everything changed. Sam walked into the morgue, only to find Charlie's body lying on the cold steel table. Her heart sank. Was he dead? She approached slowly, trying to understand what had happened. She felt an overwhelming sadness wash over her. How could this happen to him? But then, as she leaned in closer, Charlie suddenly sat up, gasping for air. It was a prank. Charlie had faked his own death, hoping to force Sam to confront her emotions, to see how deeply she cared. But Sam wasn't amused. She was horrified and furious. Their bond was shattered in an instant. Sam felt betrayed. This wasn't funny. Death wasn't a joke to her. It was her life, her work, and Charlie had twisted that, turning something sacred into a cruel trick. Time passed, and the day of Sam and Jesse's wedding arrived. But as she stood there in her white dress, facing the altar, disaster struck. A video began playing, a video of her with Charlie's dead body. The scandal that followed was devastating. People thought she had done something terrible. They believed she had crossed lines, that she was unhinged. Her life was in ruins. Sam lost everything, her career, her reputation, her relationships, and through it all, Charlie still believed they were meant to be together. But Sam wasn't the same person anymore. The pain, the betrayal, the scandal, it had all transformed her. One night, Sam found Charlie in the cemetery, digging a grave. The sight stirred something deep within her, an anger she could no longer suppress. She confronted him, gun in hand, trembling with emotion. They argued, their words heavy with unresolved feelings. Charlie was still convinced they belonged together. Sam's hands shook as she pointed the gun at him. Everything she had felt, her anger, her love, her loss, boiled over in that moment. And then she pulled the trigger. Charlie collapsed into the grave he had dug for himself. But it wasn't over. Sam stood there, breathing heavily, looking down at him. Then, with a strange sense of calm, she climbed into the grave with him. The weight of her decision settled in. In the darkness of the earth, they came together, bodies entwined, choosing to be united in death where life had failed them. As the dirt fell around them, Sam finally felt at peace. The chaos of her life, the